Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to use two brand new gel polishes from Madam Glam. They've launched the House of Fun collection. We've got Lucky number 9 here, which is a stunning blue. And we also have Glam Element, I think this one is. Yep, it is. And it's a stunning pink, like obsessed with those two colours. We also have No Angel and we also have a yellow. Cannot remember the name, I'll show you guys in a moment. So that brownie shade is going to be our nudie base. And we also have Lightborn, which is the yellow. I do also have a little white gel polish from Madam Glam. That's going to be our white that we're going to use later on as well. So with today's video, I did get sent for new colors from the new collection, but they were so stunning and I had so many different ideas buzzing through my head, and I just thought rather than kind of trying to combine all 4 into a video or maybe all 3 and then, you know, just kind of showcase the one color like I sometimes do, I thought they just worked so well with one another. So I thought, let me do 2 nail designs. So today I'm doing this one that you're watching now, and then the next video that you should see, which should be in about 2 days time, you're going to see another nail design. So the other one is going to be a fiery neon-y red and almost like this lime shade, and then today we're using the pastel-y shades. They're not really pastel-y, but when you matte top coat them, I feel like anything becomes a pastel after matte top coating. So we're going to use the blue and the pink together because of course those colours always work well together. So we've got 4 nails using that nudie shade, and now we're going in for the 5th nail and doing ombre between the pink and the blue. I just also wanted to let you know I have a different discount code. I've got glamifybabeofficial, which should save you now 35% off on the website. So if you're new to Madam Glam, they have a subscription service on the website. So of course my code will no longer work if you're subscribed, but if you're subscribed, it's a way better deal anyways because you do get 50% off. And also the code does not work on their outlet section, which is once again very understandable because those gel polishes are already 60% off. Sometimes they do events and they're 65 off, so it's a massive bargain as it is. So if you're kind of just wanting to shop once every so often, that kind of vibe, then definitely make sure you utilize the code down below to save 35% off. So now that the 2 layers are done, we can go ahead and work on our nail art design. This nail here is going to be a repeat on another nail, but we're going to flip the colours around. I'll give you a quick disclaimer now because everything happened so quickly. I feel like I edited it way too quick, or I don't know what happened, but I feel like I don't have enough time to explain what I'm doing. So this nail has got a French tip and we're going to go ahead with the blue, and that's going to be the majority of the French tip. But you'll notice that usually I like to do my French tip, kind of the smile line, a little bit higher, but I made it a bit lower because we're going in with the pink on top of it, almost like an outline, like an additional color to the French tip. So here I'm going to kind of go ahead and trace out the top bit. This bit, I have to admit, is a little bit tricky unless, you know, if you're very comfortable with an art brush, you have that one favorite one that you can literally do anything with, then definitely pick that one up when doing this design. It is a French tip, so I do see a lot of nail techs do all sorts of different techniques to get their smile lines all crisp and how they want them. You can go ahead and if you kind of go out of line, or if something's a little bit wonky, I do, you know, see nail techs use brushes to kind of wipe away. They're probably soap with acetone or maybe some nail cleaner, or you can also use a wipe if you wanted to. So although it can be a little bit tricky, I feel like there's all sorts of different methods to get it right and crisp it up, and you don't have to be perfect straight away. So don't be too intimidated, give it a go, because trust me, you'll be so happy with the final results. They're absolutely stunning. So this is the other nail that I've done. As you can see that they're both in the background chilling. So now we've got to work on our 3rd nail, and this nail is going to be very similar to another nail we're going to do, but I will show you me doing both. Actually, here I did not like the line I did, so we're going to restart, and I'm starting with that pink shade, and I'm doing like a squiggly line at the bottom, but you don't want to cover it up too much because we are going to repeat this with the blue and a white actually. So I'm just going to colour that bit in. On the other nude nail that I've already got waiting behind my hands now, I'm going to do something similar but at the top of the nail. I feel like I did a way better job at the top of the nail with the kind of squiggly line. The one at the bottom isn't as squiggly as I probably wanted it to be, but that's okay. I'm taking my time and popping into the lamp. I'll be on screen in any second. I'd also want to speak about that nude. It is a bit brown. But I noticed that with a lot of my nudie brown shades, if I matte top coat at the end of the video, the nude becomes less kind of brown. Almost like mutes down the colour, makes it a bit more the shade that I'm going for. So although right now you might think, oh, you kind of picked a pretty brown shade with the rest of the colours, trust me, at the end when we matte top coat, the brown looks like the kind of perfect nude that you want to go for. So it's good, it's good. It's good. I do have to invest a bit more money into my nudes, I feel like, from Madam Glam. I feel like I keep like picking up really neon-y bright shades and I don't really go for a lot of nudes, which I think I should, because those are always the colours you need as background shades and all of that stuff. So I need to do and work on that. Now that the nails are out, once again, I do go ahead and do 2 layers. So there's 2 layers of pink there. I'm going in with the blue, and you basically got to trace where you've placed that pink and just repeat it on top. If you wanted to, you could gradually do thinner lines. You can kind of tell that the blue is a bit, like there's less blue than there is pink. If you wanted to, and you can just carry on like that, going upwards. And of course, same thing here with this one. I think I drastically went with less blue on this nail, which I'm actually not mad about. Not bad about. You can go both ways. It'll probably just depend how big your nail beds are. Of course, I've got a long stilettos, so I've got the biggest canvas I could possibly have. But if you're working on client, you know, small nail beds, then imagine this on a small nail bed. It would look so cute, like a cute little square nail. Oh my god, that would look so cute. So cute. And now, lastly, for the 2 nails that we're working on now, we've got to pop some white. Just pop some white. Nothing too crazy. Once again, just outline the lines and you'll be a Gucci. So once again, pop them into the lamp, and then after that's done, we will be able to top coat and then crack on with the main showstopper of today's nail design, and it's the flowers. I am going to use a nail art gel. Madam Glam have nail art gels as well on the website, so do check them out. Nail art gels are amazing because you're able to cure them tack free, which is amazing when you've got a matte background but you want a glossy art design on top. Those are literally amazing for that, but they're also amazing overall for nail art, even if you are going to matte top coat or glossy top coat at the end anyways, because they are super pigmented. You don't have to go with 50 million layers to get the opacity that you want. And yeah, I highly recommend any brands. Literally, if you're wanting to get into nail art, I would highly recommend you invest in some nail art gels. Alternatively, I do praise Madam Glam very highly actually for their gel polishes. They are just amazingly pigmented, and I find that I can actually get away with doing a lot of my nail art with Madam Glam gel polishes without having to do 2 layers sometimes. So that's an amazing plus there too. So if you didn't want to invest specifically for nail art gels, you can definitely just use some Madam Glam gels. I love them for nail art too. If you wanted to watch any previous videos on my channel, quite a lot of them I use Madam Glam in there to achieve nail art design. So here we've got the nails now matte. They look so cool, so cool. And I've got my little palette again, and we can work on our flowers. So I don't actually include too much footage of the flowers. It's quite repetitive. And that's about it, really. Quite repetitive. So for the French tip nails, I'm going in with 2 dots. I'm going to make them little stars. So I'm going to go in my nail art brush and just do a very thin lines coming out. I find this bit so stressful every time because I'm always like, oh, I'm not going to get the line straight, and I don't think I did. But as long as it's not too wonky, you can't tell, so you can get away with it. So do 2 little stars, then pick up your nail dotting tool again, and then just pop a couple of little dots. I just feel like it made such a big difference with those dots. It just really added to the stars, because otherwise I felt like the stars were a little bit out of place. But now that I've added the little dots, it just kind of brought it all together and made it not out of place. If you have different size dotting tools, that would help you a lot actually. So if you do have those, make sure you take it out as well and try it with those. And then using the nail art gel again, I'm going to go over the line, which is again so hard. I just find it so hard to get the line the same thickness, and I just feel like it's one of those things like an eyeliner, you know what I mean, where you keep adding the line and it's just getting thicker and thicker, and it's not at all what I'm going for. So this nail actually ended up being a bit thicker than I wanted it to be, but never mind. Once the line is done and up to your standards, grab a dotting tool again, and then you want to add a couple of dots, but not too close to each other. I did pop 2 next to each other there, and then the rest are kind of spread out. You could just do 1 or 2. It's just, once again, it will just depend on how large your nail is and how much space you've got to work on. So you want to do the exact same thing on the other French tip, but just pop the stars on the opposite side as well. So whilst those are curing, make sure you cure them for 60 seconds. Now it's time for the yellow. So the yellow isn't actually a nail art gel, but I don't have a yellow with a nail art gel, so I just had to go with it. And I'm just doing the dots, and that's going to be the center of our flowers. So on some of them we have a couple, on some of them we just have 1 or 2. This nail here is going to be a complete scatter of flowers. So just add the yellow. Make sure you spread them out, not too close to one another, because you want to have enough space to pop the little flower petals. And before popping them into the lamp, I decided to also add an extra line where the blue and the pink meets. Once again, just follow the line, don't make it too thick. I find that if you make it too thick, the dot that you're going to add in a moment using the dotting tool won't be as noticeable, and you really want to make it noticeable. Otherwise, what's the point of popping them on there? If you didn't want to add the dots because you have put the line a bit too thick, that's fine too. I think that the line really does add that extra little touch, so you don't have to, add the dots if you don't want to. But it's always that extra little thing. This design also doesn't have any crystals or glitter, so it's one of those where, I know that not everybody's into glitter or crystals, so it's just one of those. I feel like I don't really do too many of them, so yeah. Here are the little dots being placed. And now on this one, I'm going to pop them all into the lamp. Then we can work on the flowers. Once again, I only show you me doing it on one nail, and then the rest just happen off camera. But you want to pick up a dotting tool and just place the dots quite closely together. The closer you get it, the better, actually. You'll find it so much better to do the petals. Even there, I feel like some of them were a bit too far from one another. So just make the dots and then grab your nail art brush and just drag it to the center, and then connect the two sides of the dots to that line you've just created, and bing bang bosh, you've done your flower. Look how quick it is. Obviously this clip is slightly sped up, but it was so quick and easy. When I was doing it, I was actually impressed with how quick I'm doing it, and I've only done this nail design once off camera, so it's not like I've got crazy practice with making these little petals, but they're so cute. And there we go. Here's the final result. I know it kind of happened a bit abruptly, but majority of them happen off camera. I think they are stunning. I'm going to show you guys the other set of camera that I done next to them. I just feel like the pink was a bit more brighter on the other set that I did off camera. But that's, it's just one of those gel polishes that brighten up after coming out of the lamp. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'd love to see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.